The Sixers were a dream team led by Dr. J and Moses Malone, but Philly fans knew where to look in the clutch.
Bobby Jones for defense. There ain't nobody else. There ain't nobody else.
Bobby Jones is a throwback, a quiet, reserved man off the court. On it, he is transformed. When Coach Billy Cunningham needs inspired defense, he just looks down the bench.
Bobby just adds so many dimensions to us. You know, he's the type of player that you can't judge what he's done for a team by looking at a box score, because he's such an outstanding team defensive ball player.
Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final was as close as it gets. Jones blocked a baseline shot by Marcus Johnson to send it into overtime, and the pressure was crushing. With Philly down by 1 point, Jones snaked inside, stole the inbounds pass, and hit Clint Richardson. It was a game breaker. Philly won by 2 points. And Coach Nelson looked like the game had been stolen. But for Bobby Jones, it was all in a day's work.
I think that's part of my job, is to play defense, try to get a steal, try to get something going, get out on the break, and try to create something for somebody else.
Game 2 was just as intense. Up by only 2 late in the 4th quarter, Jones hammered Brian Winters, got the block, and the Sixers blew down court. Cheeks hit the doctor, who jammed it. The Bucks couldn't believe it. Instead of a tie game, they were down by 4, and though they cried foul, the bucket stood. When the final buzzer sounded, the Sixers took a 2-game lead into Milwaukee. Maurice Cheeks likes what he sees. In Game 3, he scored 7 straight points in another crucial 4th quarter to lead Philadelphia to victory. The Bucks looked beaten, and their fans were realistic.
Unfortunately, Milwaukee and Philadelphia have to play each other off before you can get to the big game. And it's happened before, and it continues happening. It's just a shame you got to play Philadelphia every time to get into the last game.
In Game 4, the Bucks were playing for pride. They refused to go down easy. Again, the game was close all the way, but this time, with balanced scoring and some clutch play off the bench, they held off the Sixers' charge. The Bucks won it in the last quarter, but they were still deep in the hole.
You think back to the number of teams that have been down 3-0 and have come back to win. Does it bother you?
Have there been any?
No.
Oh, okay.
Heading back to Philadelphia, the Bucks knew they had to buckle down to business. Their season was riding on these games, and they had traveled too far to come up empty. They knew they had to go all out.
And no better time than tonight, because it's sudden death for Milwaukee the rest of the way, as the 76ers look to wrap it up in Game 5 from the Spectrum.
Confidence was flowing outside as well.
Little Mo, Big Mo, the Doctor, Andrew Toney, and Ivoroni. No baloney. Sixers all the way.
Philly fans wanted to put an end to the Bucks' 1-game win streak. And the Sixers set out early to shut down the Bucks' offense and run away with the game. The entire team hit its stride, played their best game of the series with outside shooting, inside muscle, and some sweet movement. Philly loved its heroes. Moses put in a full night's work, and the Sixers had this one in the bag with time to spare. Julius Erving led the way, Bobby Jones played his solid D, and the whole Sixers squad contributed. The fans could see their stars were shining brightly. When Moses had joined the team at the start of the season, there'd been some question about team harmony. Now they had blended perfectly and were going to the NBA Finals.
Moses, Dr. J, the whole team, the guards, the 4 guards are incredible. The whole team's incredible.
The Sixers, because they got the best bench, and they got Moses Malone, the top rebounder. They're excellent. #1, all the way.
LA might have a magician, but we got the position.
And it's full forward, number 6, captain.
championship team, forward Julius Irving.
The Sixers were favored and ready. They'd lost to the Lakers in 2 of the last 3 finals, and nothing but a championship would satisfy their fans. This was a great rematch with one major difference. The Sixers had signed free agent Moses Malone, and he was unstoppable. Nobody was denying Moses, and Billy Cunningham used Malone's muscle to develop his championship series game plan.
It's the book on the Lakers. They're a finesse team, and you have to, beat them up. You have to play physical. You have to attack. You have to go over the top. You have to make them muscle. And we've been able to deal with it. We won a championship 2 out of the last 3 years.
The year before, Cunningham's Sixers had been swamped by the Lakers' swarming trap defense, and he knew he'd face it again. But this year, the Sixers countered by spreading their offense, opening up the floor, snapping their passes, and hitting their shots. This was a major strategic triumph in Cunningham's quest to coach a champion. Billy Cunningham knows about championships. He came off the bench as the valued 6th man on the 1966-67 Philadelphia team that many consider to be the best in NBA history.
When I was a player, I thought of myself as a student of the game. And I tried to evaluate the team we were going to play, how I was going to help the team win. And then when I became a coach, I thought I'd be able to step in and be able to do a good job right away. But the thing that amazes me is how much work you have to do if you're going to be successful in this business.
Cunningham takes his job seriously. His close friend, Julius Irving, knows the depth of Cunningham's commitment.
We have off days, but he doesn't take a day off. And you can see that, and sometimes you can see the wear and the tear and the drain on him. But, he recovers from that, and he bounces back, and he gets back into the task of what he feels it takes to lead his team to a championship.
It's nice to hear somebody say, you'd like to see Julius get a ring, or Billy get a ring, or Moses get a ring. There's only one place you get it. It's on the court. It's very nice to talk about those things. It's another thing to do it. And the only way we're going to do it is just by hard work.
Against the Lakers, Cunningham was prepared, but early in the first quarter, one head-on collision altered the entire series. Sixer guard Andrew Toney and the Lakers' Norm Nixon laid each other out. It looked serious. Toney bruised his head, and Nixon remained in the game. Cunningham had to go to his bench. It was the best move he made all day. Sixer guard Clint Richardson is the classic role player. He does what he's asked to do. In Game 1, the Sixers needed scoring, and he hit for 10 points in the third quarter and sparked his teammates. Playing in place of the injured Toney, Richardson's second-half defense, rebounding and scoring were key as the Sixers forged a lead. Pat Riley needed to regroup his squad, and if the Philly fans thought it was over, they should have known better than to count out the Lakers. L.A. tightened their trap, stole the ball, ran, and cut into the Philadelphia lead. Now it was Cunningham's turn to try and stop the flow. The Lakers were tired. They had beaten San Antonio only 36 hours before, and their aggressive trapping defense was taking its toll.